bless you.
Welcome to Tyrion's Rest. Lyria's light be upon you.
To Arthur, Sealing, they're all the same.
Here's a valiant adventurer come to sleepy Tyrion's Rest. The war cheer you up and spit you out too? If not, it will. And you'll find yourself in some damn tavern, rotting behind a mug of ale. That's not the talk of them in this village. Lyria doesn't love them, or so I've heard, and she's not the only one. It's a fine hill, if you like to sit and rot in your old age. That or praise Lyria's toes morn, noon and night. The war? Ha! The war's a grislier beast than these poor fools have dreamt of. Just a sorry old remnant of the war. Not sorrier than those damn refugees, the poor sots. Oh-ho! Aurella won't be too happy about this. Well, I never said a word, but if you happen to wander down to Burren Cove, behind the jail itself, well, there might be sights to see. All right.
Interesting.
Welcome to the Reedsong Inn. Come in, and Lyria light your way. If you can spare a coin for our troops in the war, well then, all the better. Our goddess and protector, the Alfar's guiding light, it was her will we were spared the Fae sword 10 years back. As long as you're not a sodding Fae, you're most welcome here. A room in the inn? Why, you're in luck. I have, well, if you ever do, you need but ask. High Priestess Tyrion made camp right here on her sojourn to settle Rathir. It is said she was given a vision by Lyria on this very ground. I hear the conditions in Cluricon are just wretched. My own son was there, gave his life for the cause. That's why I've taken up collection. Every coin goes to those poor soldiers across the water.
Really?
That I do. We all must do our part. Have you got a few coin to spare, then? And what about them? I don't see what they're doing to fight the Fae. There's a good soul. Say, would you do one more favor for an old innkeep? This purse is full of collections. Would you be so good as to bring it to the box in our sanctuary? I can't go myself, and there's someone I can't trust.
Yeah, who don't you trust?
If you want to know the truth of it, someone's been swiping from the collections. We don't know who, but I'm sure you weren't the one.
Okay.
Lyria, bless your fate. Sanctuary's just across the bridge at the end of the walk. The box is inside. And if you happen upon the thief, and in my opinion it must take place in the darkest night, tell the priestess to white nil at once. The sanctuary's crossed the bridge, and keep your eyes shut. Right enough.
Weird.
The Nareens are back. They shouldn't have come.
What is this war-giving pamphlet? Hmm. Great Hagney, we're done with that. Yeah, we're gonna keep that, that's right. Okay.
It's safe from here to Rathir. Right.
Hmm. Maybe I have to come back later, like during the day. Alright, let's go on to Rathir.
For 500 summers, autumns, winters, and springs, the blossoms on my pearl tree bloomed ceaselessly and wantonly and fair. Why today have they fallen like tears? A dark doubt whispers, these flowers will not come again. First, the Pyrrhal tree. Then the shapes of trees and heads and hawks, made by the white caps of the waves before they crashed. Then 1,000 other wonders in my lands have faded, failed, and fallen still. All I know and love is slipping from my grasp.
Dolvarn is, yeah, the next Warsworn people.
You look like you've been in some tight spots. There's a bounty out on a damn set of deserters. What do you say? A fact of life. There are cowards and lying rogues, and that's that. But when they up and run with things of value, that's another thing altogether. You're sure there are Tuatha here in Tuili? It has happened before. Maybe they'll meet some of my good-for-nothing runaways and give them a thrashing. Haven't you been? You can feel something in you begin to rot the moment you set foot over there. At least I did. I did 5 years in Cluricon. Then I got this post back here, seeing fresh recruits trained and off to war. Look at it. Scarred and singed as a blacksmith's hand. That is what you get from war. 5 full crew of fresh recruits had the gall to get fully equipped on our gold coin before they up and ran. The turntails, arms, and armor we can do without. But I'm afraid we also gave each crew a bottle of bog staunch. That's what I need recovered. Cure for a sickness that strikes some the moment they enter Cluricon. Devilish hard to make. We can't have fool deserters running off with any.
Yeah, I'll get them.
I thought you looked the sort. The fools are run off down the coast. They'll be hiding here and there where they can, I imagine. There are things in the air in Cluricon. It doesn't strike everyone, but some get awfully sick their first days there. Bog staunch gets them through it, so we pack a jug with every crew we send over there. They'll be up and down.
Trash. Okay, Rathir is over here.
Don't miss the seafoam tavern.
Did you think the whole army was across the water in Cluricon? No, I'm afraid some of us are stuck here in Dol Arn and Rathir.
Give me those 2 repair kits. Ow. No. Let's see, where are my lockpicks? $75, and you're selling how many? 24? Sure.
Used to belong to House Arn, but that soft sot that inherited wanted nothing to do with it. His loss, the army's gain. No one's quite sure why Sully rebelled against us. A lot of the soldiers are feeling fatigued, though, after fighting for so long. That's why most join with freemen. While it's true we Alpha lead, many humans proudly fill our ranks. All mortals unite against the damned Tuatha Fae. The Freemen are a rogue group of our own soldiers who have grown disenfranchised by the war and decided it's easier to cause trouble at home than to keep the Tuatha at bay. I know they're as cooped up there as we are here, but someday that siege will lift. I want to be there when it does. They're not mortal for one, nor sane either. I've seen them firsthand.
Another quest over here. Hey, what's up?
What am I going to do? I've got to be going, but I can't. And I can't go back to Doveyarn, but I must. I am the rightful heir to Doveyarn, or I was at any rate. I've spent the last few years in lovely old Rathir, pretending like a fool nothing would change. It was my home. That was before I deeded it to the Alfar army and went to Rathir with my pocket full of gold. It went 10 years untouched by the Tuatha foe. That's common knowledge. 10 years stuck in a cold stone prison was how I saw it.
Oh my god, Cappy, I get it.
Honestly, I feel like a hare hunted by hawks out here. Nothing like it anywhere in Amalur, I promise you. Beauty, elegance, wisdom. There's no putting it to words, really. The war, my friend. The war. I've been called. The truth is, I should have been gone days ago. Only I'd be far more eager for the adventure if I had my family arms with me. They're in there, Doveyarn. I'm not supposed to be here. I ought to have shipped out days ago. That's what I've been trying to say. I need, well, want to get my family arms and slip off before anyone knows I was here. Only how? Ancestral staff and talisman. What any self-respecting Arn's worn to battle since time immemorial. If I hadn't left them somewhere in that damned tower, I'd be wearing them now. You're serious, aren't you? Well, with any luck, the old staff and talisman are still in one piece back there, though I have my doubts. I'd pay just to know if they are or not. Thing is, Doveyarn's an official army post now. To get in, you'll need an officer's pass. Arn family history's riddled with this cursed war. My father and brothers have done so much for the cause, I shouldn't have to lift a finger. By tradition, an Arn bears staff and talisman to battle. My brother bore them in Oriator's stand and died of his wounds 3 days after. Only I left them in Doveyarn when I gave it to the army. Goodness only knows where they are, or what shape they're in now. Well, you need to get into Doveyarn. For that, you'll need an officer's pass. You might borrow one, or get hold of a forgery. Mooncamp might be good for that. Hurry if you can. They might find me any moment.
They're not gonna find you until I'm done with the quest. That's just not gonna happen. That's how the game works. Weird.
Good day to you.
Hello.
Pleasant evening.
Well, who can I
You look capable. Stern in the brow, proud of bearing. You are just what we need to deliver these notices. You'll do it, won't you? You've got to do better than the last fellow. There's pay. It's for the war effort. Went and broke his little leg. Oh, Lunala's tears. Hasn't a notion of how important our work is. No sense of the bigger picture. We're in Rathir. This is the war effort. How do you think we get a steady flow of soldiers into Cluracan? You've got to be organized, and everyone's got to pitch in. I'm the chief of recruitment, and don't think I've got time to go around handing out notices. Those notices are only the beginning. Notices of duty to denizens of Rathir selected to serve. The work can be hard, and you've got to, well, look the part. I'll give you a list of names, and you get each of them to accept their card. Easy as that. Well, what do you say? Will you do it? What I need are boots on the ground in Cluracan. I shouldn't say this, but if anyone can't or won't accept their notice, find someone else. Or make them. Whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Take these cards, deliver them to Runir Wesnan, Maywin Wyvern Gif, Afendel, and Varen Seawine. Almain? Odd. All can be found in Rathir, and I can be found in the officers' hall on the burn when you're finished. You can't fight a war without soldiers. True, we contract the Warsworn and volunteers arrive daily, but it's not always enough. Citizens of Rathir are selected on... Well, the process is secret. Even I don't know how. They're selected, a notice is sent, and they serve. The names are Runir West. Now, be on your way.
Wow, screw you too, I guess.
Citizen.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
What's in here?
Greetings. You have come to Gwalchmay's goods, provisioner to all Rathir, to high and low, great house and sparrow alike. Humble servant to great house, sparrow and soldier alike. Women and men in want of things make their way to Gwalchmay's goods. I could tell you a thing or two about this city. Did you know, for instance, that Faldra Nefari ate the 5th memorial stone? Cast a spell and ate it. I could say a thing or two about Wyvern Gif as well, if I didn't fear the consequence. The Wyverns had a claim of their own, mind you, but their marriage to Gif, a scandal. I know the truth of it, but I'm not at liberty to say. The first 4 are easy enough to find about the city, but the 5th, few know the truth of it. They are the rag pickers and dust grubbers of the city. Mind you, I don't let them in the front door. Appearances, not to mention odors. Oh, him? No one knows his real name. Got that name from the way he talks. Some say he was next to the Archsage once, up Spire Top. Then a spell went wrong, or his lover fell to her death. Whatever it was, broke him, it did. The great families of Rathir, of course, as rich in power as in gold. Visit the upper city and see them yourself. Worth the climb if you ask me.
Alright. What do you sell? Glacial Hammer of Gloom. +1 to the first 2 tiers. Kind of want to buy that hammer.
Come again.
This is the sage crafting table. I can help you with gems and shards and the like. If you want general goods, you should speak to Master Gwalchmay over there. It takes great concentration. You can get lost in the work. I like that. Oh, he's been very good to me. I knew my gems were good, but they wouldn't seem to sell in a market stall. They do better here. Oh, it's so lovely, the Lunar Gardens. Not that I've seen much else of the world. Have you? Oh, I'd be terrified to go so far.
Conqueror.
Goodbye.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Every serious student shops at Leogriff's. A pleasure, I assure you. I've been supplying scholars and students alike for many a year. Those rare and potent marvels unavailable within their compound, I am happy to supply. To be honest, I never actually passed the initiation trials. An oversight, I assure you. Arrogant fools.
An oversight for sure.
Lyria's light guide you. Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
Oh, there's no use. I've lost the keys. Now Gwalchmay'll have my head if I can't think up something fast. Say, you're not good with locks, are you? Would you help a poor fellow who's down on his luck? Well, he's a good enough master all in all. Sees to it I earn every coin of my wages, though. No standing about, not in his shop. Me, Gwalchmay calls me lad whenever he wants me, and the others call me hardly anything at all. Just fetch this and lift that. With all these people walking around, you'd figure someone would help me after I lost my keys. Yes, as in, no need for keys. Ace with a lockpick. Gwalchmay wants an old red ledger from the storeroom in the customs house. Oh, I'm afraid they're lost for good. Now, I might have dropped them here, or at Kest's table the other night. But it's just as likely I dropped them in Bracken Bay after I'd had an ale or three at the Seafoam. The chest it's in, that is, yes. Although I don't know which one it is. But it's down there, somewhere. Oh, now don't worry, nothing in the storeroom's seen the light of day in years. No one will mind if you pick a few locks before you find it. Gets these ideas into his head. Needs this old thing, needs that new thing. This time it's shard prices by the decade. Something to do with a deal he is or isn't striking with that Karasta trader. Oh, the things they say about that Lanshi. That she talked a Jotun out of his own hammer once. And another time sold some Varani fool his own silk for twice as much, after cutting it to ribbons and winding it on spools. The Chamber of Trade's on the way to the quays, and the storeroom's off one of the wings. Just pick any lock down there till you find the old ledger.
All right.
Chamber of Trade basement. Just head toward the quays.
Welcome, friend, to the Luminary Leaf, bookseller extraordinaire. Nearly any book you can imagine can be found here, at the Luminary Leaf, be it history, verse, or scholarship. Though, I must confess, we are not as well supplied in gnomish texts as I would like. The ancient steps of our founder and prophet are dear to any Rathiri's heart, but mine shall always stir to the brave tales of the war-sworn of old, pitting steel and valor against chaos itself. In truth, I once thought I might be a poet, but it seems in the end I am more shepherd than ram to my flock of tomes. Ah, you see? My metaphors always run amok somehow. Now, while many books can be found only within Scholia Arcana walls, others can only be found without. Gnomish texts, magical controversies. I cannot ascend the steps of the spire without thinking on the first lines of the Fall of Dwinian, nor espy the Wending and not recall Stone Shadows. Rathir is a city of letters. I dare anyone to say otherwise. Pelewin tugs at the heartstrings. Medara's mists at dawn takes my breath away. If you seek something a bit more rough and lively, the Varani Kesseniki or Sea Chance might be worth a read. Fare thee well.
What's over here? Bro, how big is this place? What the heck?
Ruwani, apothecary, alchemist, importer, and cultivator at your service.
Okay, okay.
Oh, you've met them? Well, any friend of theirs is a friend of mine. Although, truth be told, those sisters can be a little strange sometimes.
Yeah.
I've always found the mystery of herbs and fungi far more fascinating than anything else. As soon as I was old enough, I was apprenticed to the great Rilf Janik. You have some skill in the craft, if I'm not mistaken. It would be an honor, a compliment to me, if you made use of my alchemy bench. Were you aware that 37 varieties of vine, flower, and tree can be found here? Discounting, of course, the lunar gardens. Have you been? The true marvel of our city, if you ask me. Blossoms you will see nowhere else in Amalur. Very good, then.
City Watch, be on your way.
Hold on just a second. I will be right back.
Mind your step. Keep the peace. Move along, citizen. Citizen.
Okay, sorry about that. Now I'm up here.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
Look with your eyes, buy with your hands.
Fair enough.
I'll sell you weapons, but if it's armor you need, you'll have to speak to that husband of mine.
Weird way of saying it. Stupefying Greatsword of the Mystic. Grismere Greatsword.
Him? Pff, if you've any love of life, don't talk to him. Can't abide a joke, can't enjoy a drink.
See you later, Baka.
I like to think that every weapon I forge just might kill one of those two, Arthur. That's what helps me sleep at night. A terrible thing. Much as it keeps us in business.
Before the war, the people of Rathir were filled with hope, with joy. Most of them, anyway. Have you met my husband?
Farewell.
So much to choose from.
Sif Sader at your service. Don't mind the racket. Just my wife at Harpy across the way.
Damn. What the fuck, man? Crowning Kite Shield of the Indomitable. Buying that, holy crap. Not everyone has a cappy? Yeah, I guess not.
Proud is right, and why not? Fitted most of the Alfar army. No frills, no finery. Just good hard steel. My craft is shields and armor only. The art of it's in the balance. Too heavy and you can't move in it. Too thin and it shatters. First and greatest mistake I ever made. Only thing sharper than her wares is the tongue in her mouth.
God damn, dude. Alright. Put on my new boots. Finally get an upgrade to boots. That's junk. This is might. New boops? Yeah, you like my new boops? A new shield?
Waltz mace is just too expensive.
Exits to Rathir again.
Repairs? I can make repairs to nearly anything. Some days I think it's all a jest, and they're like a pair of lovebirds when I'm gone. Others, that there will be bloody murder by noon.
Yep.
Sometimes all I have is a sturdy hammer and an anvil. Never thought I could be unhappy working at a forge until I met those two.
What?
When I was young, the Tuatha stormed Erethel. They broke into Rathir once. I still remember the fires and their ghastly armor. Those fires took the southern docks. It's called the Loskiad now. The Burn.
Oh. I didn't realize I was stealing, my bad. Greater warrior strength. Sure, I'll take that.
Please, find Selny. Tell her we betrayed. The lower tunnels. Go. Tell Selny. No one else. Betrayed.
Weird. What's this? Customs house. What do you sell?
Step up. See what I have to sell.
Random stuff. Bloodthirst?
It's my brothers that ply the seas and bring me goods to trade. When I tire of Rithia, I'll wait till they return and back upon the foam. The goods here you'll not find the likes of anywhere else. Not without braving the raging seas, at least. Safe travels.
Seafoam Tavern.
What can I get you, love?
Get this. I wake up yesterday morning with the worst headache, no shirt, and a note that I'm fighting a duel. Me? Fighting a duel? Don't know how I got into it, but it's all rot unless I can find a second. I swear I don't remember a thing. Apparently, I challenged Dalton Ames, the war hero, over the honor of my sister. I do seem to remember him and his bulky arms sitting smugly in the seafoam, taunting me. Proud son of forested traders, my name is gold in every watering hole and board house in Rathir, and, well, I'm not really allowed out of Rathir. Surely you've heard of him. Back from Cluricon, and everyone's talking about his exploits on the battlefield. They used to talk about my exploits with society daughters, but... You can't fight a duel without one. Now, you might be thinking, a popular fellow like Wayland, what trouble could he have finding a second? Well, turns out my friends are all drunken cowards. Look, you seem tough enough. Be my second, and I'll make it worth your while.
Okay.
Thank Lupoku. There is something else I should mention. There is no way in all Amalur I'll win this fight, so I've devised a plan. Before you go to Dalton, that's my opponent, find Gelfine in the Wending and ask for some rows of shadows. She'll know what you mean. Then go to the officers' hall in the burn, and on the sly, put some on Dalton's sword point when you inspect it. All in good time, my friend. All in good time. The way I see it, I'm doomed to end up in Mel Senshir, and I'd rather cut the nose off my face than live a soldier's life. I want some freedom, and you're going to help me, right? After you've got the... He'll show you his dueling sword. Now, time for my part in this business.
The lower tunnels. Alright, well.
Training's done in the Prairie.
A couple of these, I think one of these guys was one of the people I needed to do for the, like, you need to sign up for the war effort. Ruhin, Varen Seawine.
Welcome. Relax and rest a while.
Commodore Garrick, not him. Varen Seawine. Okay.
You're from the Scholia Arcana, aren't you? Here to embarrass me? Well, I don't care. I'm glad I was dismissed. I'll drink to it, in fact. Those cowards dismissed me. Afraid of me. Afraid of how difficult it'd be to train me. One thing I've learned. The ladies here are like the spire. Breathtakingly beautiful and completely unassailable. Especially to a failure like me. What is this? Ah, it was only a matter of time before the army found me out. Just my luck. This calls for another drink. I'll have to pack my things. Ah, Allison. How do I tell my sister? Where will she live? How will she live? Army wages can pay for Allison now, but I'm leaving her. I'll send money. I hope she doesn't end up in the Wending. Let them sleep in their lofty towers. I'm headed for a real life, not sitting in front of books all day and being condescended to. Rove, another ale!
That wasn't so bad. I'm sure there will be others I have to force.
Don't miss the Seafoam Tavern.
Upper City. See what's in the upper city. Over here?
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
What's this? Alchemical specialist. Oh, okay. Jesus.
My Lady Coriana won't eat. She won't sleep. All on account of a poor, sick Malian. Woe on House Anwan. Poor boy. He sleeps and tosses and turns. From the things he says under his breath, his dreams must be ghastly things. My poor lady. What grief she's known. Her daughters lost to Cluricon, and her husband to the war before that. Her son Malian is all that's left to her, and the only seed of House Anwan.
Gross.
Oh, my masters aren't like some up spire top. Just one name to our house, thank you very much, and nearly old as Rathir at that. There are but 2 left of Anwan blood. One soon enough if young Master Malian does not mend. The healers say bad blood, but my lady swears it's poison. He sleeps and sleeps, but he's never any better. Well, it's hard to say. The healers are no use. You could go to her yourself and ask. No harm in that. You'll find my lady in the house, by poor Malian's side, most likely. The young master's sickness, yes. He's the last one living, what with the others dead in the war. Here, in House Anwan. She spends most of her time by poor young Malian's sickbed. Do help my lady if you can.
Walk into this person's house, just go exploring.
My son Malian is gravely ill. The healers say his blood is diseased, but I am sure it must be poison. If I were younger, I'd go and find the Lepidus myself and prove them wrong. The Wyverns were of respected and decent lineage, though their wealth was not great. Then the merchant's Gif bought House Wyvern, much to our surprise. They have mixed sea wash with fine wine. Our line is ancient. However, if my son Malian is not cured, we shall wither, and the weeds of Wyvern Gif grasp ever higher. His father died in the Battle of Galliffer Plain, his sisters in Cluricon. He is all I have left, and he is slipping away from me. It was early in the war, and until that time we had known only defeat. The day was won, and my husband lost. The healers name it as an affliction of the blood, but Anwan blood has bent beneath no malady in generations. No, Malian was poisoned, I am sure. Bring my son this wild plant, and I will see you richly rewarded. This I swear. Of course not. But my family legacy says it will, and I have no wish to watch my son die while there is still a chance for hope. There's only one place that I know of, the Acathan wetlands. You must search for it there. You will know Lepidus by the shape of its blue flower. It is an herb with natural properties. It is not strictly alchemy, and it does not cure a poison. However, it can relieve the symptoms for a time. Malian will still need an antidote before he is fully well. The wetlands of Acatha. Find it and bring it to my son with... Be wary. I have sent servants before you who did not return.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
What is this place?
Don't mind me.
Okay. I won't. They woke up right then. What dicks? Wait, did she go back to bed? Right. I don't know why they keep waking up. That's weird.
Oh, excuse me.
What do you teach?
I am the governess of Miss Wyvern Giff. It is my duty to train my charge in matters of speech and persuasion. I will confess, there are days I yearn for a more eager pupil. Farewell.
Nice.
The arts of speech and persuasion are as important to Rathir. I do not blame her. Were her parents more persuasive themselves, such willfulness would have been smothered long ago. A topic that interests you? Would you like to learn some of the art? I am confident a small lesson would be permitted by the house. Farewell.
Maywin.
Did my parents send you? Are you some sort of new instructor? I don't know which is worse, the snotty wyverns or the foolish fawning gifts. I suppose it's nice enough, but then I wouldn't know. I have nothing to compare it to. I know what they want. They want to marry me to some snotty, spoiled son of another great house. Then I can become Maywin Wyvern Giff Fiddlestuffs. You're not an instructor? I thought they might have sent another. They've had Majessa here for almost a year now. She does always get me to attend to her lessons somehow, though I'm not sure how she does it. What is this? Have my parents seen this? Oh, Lunala's starry smile! Yes, yes, and yes! To Chloracon! Think of it! They won't like it when they hear, but what can they do? Buy me out of it? No, not this time. Thank you, stranger. Thank you! Imagine, right in the thick of the war, and me with a sylvan spear, facing red-eyed howling Tuatha. And life beyond the spire.
Oh, it was easy.
If you please.
Alright, what is here?
Orbicant Hall.
I am Elund Karth. Welcome to our city. The city of walls is lost to us, and we can afford no more troops for them. Better to muster our forces to counterattack after its fall. I am the Elund, Morphin Karth, and the voice of the Orbicant. Within this city, my word is law. They have delved earthward, where we have lifted high. They think no one watches them because they are thus sheltered. The deeper they dig, the higher we will rise. Do not speak to me of the war. I am the voice of Rathir, not a general or a fate weaver, nor Lyria herself, who alone controls the outcome. Those who watch and govern Rathir, they sit in secret council. Even their names are unknown, and are thus above corruption and idolatry. Only I am known, the Elund, their voice. Rathir has taken in half of Melsenchia's population as refugees from the war. Orphans fill our poorhouses. They've never seen their parents' city and never will. I realize they long for their home, but they need to accept a painful fact. Rathia is their only home now. Mel Senshir is no more.
Okay. Something back here. What's this?
The Elune speaks. The Orbicant.
Praise Lyria, goddess of magic, fate, and mystery.
How's this? Temple of Lyria.